Hi everybody, thank you for watching. So today's video is going to be all about the Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette. So I have not used this yet, so I'm going to do like a first impression makeup tutorial using this. It's going to be focused just on the eyes. I want to keep it just, focused on this palette, but I will be going through doing a first impression using this palette on my eyes. I'm super excited about it. I'll also go through and share like maybe some swatches throughout the way and just kind of give my overall first impression feedback on this palette. Now this is not a new palette. I picked it up during the Sephora VIB sale, but like I said, it's not a new palette. It just got a ton of hype when it came out and it was being sold out everywhere. I finally was able to get it during the VIB sale, and because it hasn't been out for a while and because so many people loved it, I didn't think anyone would really want another video on it because I thought, there's probably enough tutorials and reviews out there. But when I did my Sephora VIB haul, which I can link down below, I got so many comments to do a video with this palette. So I was like, okay, I'll do it. So that's why I thought maybe I would do the first impression tutorial so you can see me applying them to my lids and just kind of getting my first impression feedback from it. So like I said, it's going to be all about the Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette. So why don't we go ahead and dip into it and get some of these beautiful shades on my eyes. Okay, so I actually really don't have anything in mind for this look, but let me just look it over. So again, this is what the inside of the palette looks like. It is $42. As the time I'm filming, it is still available on the Anastasia website and is also available at Sephora. It is saying sold out at Ulta again at the time I'm filming. I can put links to this in the description box below. It also does come with a double-ended brush, which I'll be using just to try out the brush. I don't think I've heard like really anything about the brush, but I typically try out brushes in palettes to see what I think of them. Again, I mean, lots of burgundy shades, beautiful browns, a red, there's shimmers, there's mattes. It looks gorgeous. So I think I'm first going to pick up the shade Raw Sienna. Down here at the bottom, I'm going to use like the fluffy end of the brush, and then I'm going to place this into the crease as my transition color. I have my eyelids primed already. I used the Smashbox 24-hour Photo Finish eyeshadow primer. So the brush, I wouldn't say the brush is great, and it's already kind of shedding along my eyes, so that's not good, but the actual shade is a really beautiful transition shade. So that's what I'm going to be placing all along my crease. I just tried to move closer to the window so the lighting would be a little bit better. But again, that is just my crease color. And then I think I'm just going to flip the brush and use the other end. I really want to put some of this pink in here. So I'm going to flip the brush, use the other side, and I'm going to pick up a Love Letter. And I'm gonna put that, I'm gonna have that be like in the outer V of the eye. So let's go ahead and see. I have no idea, I haven't even swatched these yet, so I have no idea like how pigmented this might be. But I'm just gonna place this on the outer V. I actually like the brush for this because it's very precise. It's like smaller, so I can apply it right where I want that shade to go. So far, both shades that I've used have been gorgeous. Not a lot of fallout with them at all. Nice and pigmented, easy to use. I definitely like this side of the brush more than I like the other side of the brush, but again, I don't want the focus to be that much on the brush. It's more on the actual shadows and the palette itself. And I don't mind being like messy right now because I haven't done anything like any of my face makeup either, so being messy because I can just go ahead and clean that up when I'm doing like concealer and such. Then I'm going to pick up some of the Primavera and a Morphe G13 brush. So this looks like a really pretty shimmer shade, and so I'm just going to apply this on the lid. Oh wow, that's really pretty. This shade is stunning. Wow. And I'm just focusing this on like the inner part of the lid. I'm not taking it out too far. I feel like I could just apply this all day. This is gorgeous. I'm gonna pick up a Morphe M433. It's just a blending brush. And just kind of blend everything together, kind of merge the colors together. I don't have any product on this brush. I'm just blending away. Okay, I'm not sure I'm done with the shadows quite yet, but I'm going to do my winged liner for right now and then see what I think of the look. Sometimes I need to do the liner and then figure out if there's anything else I need to do. But I'm going to use the Sigma Wicked Gel Liner and my Sigma E06 brush and just create a wing. Then I'm going to pop a little bit of the ColourPop Get Paid. It's a metallic like rose gold liner. I'm going to put that on my waterline. So then I'm going to pick up my E36 from Morphe, and I'm first going to put some Venetian Red onto the lower lash line. I'm going to focus this one on the outer part of my eye. Ooh, that is really pretty. Ooh. And using the same brush, I'm just going to grab some warm taupe and sweep this on the lower lash line as well, and kind of start this one towards the inner part of the eye and then blend it all the way through. Usually if I'm doing some sort of like pink or red on the lower lash line, I'll try to come in with a more neutral color to balance it out so it doesn't give the illusion of being sick, which is what these colors can sometimes do to me. I'm going to do some mascara to prep my lashes for false lashes. I'm just going to use the Smashbox X-Rated mascara. I'm going to put this on the top and bottom lashes. For false lashes, I've been wanting to use these for a while. These are the Ardell Soft Touch lashes, so I'm going to need to like cut and trim them. So I'm going to apply these off camera and then I'll be back. Okay, so I put the lashes on. They aren't quite as dramatic as I was hoping they would be, but I still think they fit this look fine. But again, off camera, I'm just gonna do the rest of my face. Again, I wanted this video to be focused mostly on just the palette, but I'm sorry I didn't do like a crazier eye look. In all honesty, I don't do crazy eye looks on a daily basis. I'm not a makeup artist or anything, so I just kind of like throw together whatever looks that I think that I can do. So I thought that I would use more than I did. You know, I used the 3 shades on my eyelid and then 2 different shades on my lower lash line, but I thought maybe I would do something a little bit different or crazier. But once I started going, I was like, I just really like where this look is going. So I can definitely do more looks in the future and more looks on Instagram as well. I do a lot of tutorials over there too, so I can keep playing with the palette. But yeah, I didn't have any sort of eye look when I first went in. I just was kind of like picking and choosing as I went along. So it's a pretty simple, easy eye look, but I still really like how it came out and I like the colors of it. But again, I will finish off my face and then I will go through the palette and swatch all of the shades so we can see what they all look like. So I will be right back. Okay, so I do have the rest of my face done. I did film the face tutorial for Instagram, so I will leave that link down in the description box below if you want to see any of the products that I used on my face or how I applied them. That will be on Instagram, so that will be linked below. But my lip color is Ashton from Anastasia Beverly Hills. So now that I have this on my eyes, I can kind of give my first impressions just on the few shadows that I've used, and I used 5 of them. And I thought they were amazing. So I first went in with the Raw Sienna for the crease. I mean, it was very pigmented. It showed up right away. It blended easily. The brush I didn't think was super easy to use, like the fluffier side of the brush, and it had some shedding. So brush, probably not so great, but that's okay. The next shade I used was Love Letter. I used that in the outer crease of my eyes, and I thought it was amazing. I mean, I thought that color was amazing. It showed up right away. It was easy to blend, even though I was still using the Anastasia brush. I was using the other side, and it blended super easily. Very happy with that. And then I used Primavera on the eyelids, and I thought that I could literally sit there and apply it all day. This like kind of like gold shimmer color is stunning. I will be using that so much more. And then I used Venetian Red and Warm Taupe on the lower lash line, and again, I thought they were both amazing. When I first put Venetian Red down, I was like, oh man, that is super pigmented. I might have gone in too hard and now I'm gonna look like I have some sort of disease. But when I blended it out with Warm Taupe, which again, I mentioned the reasons why I do that, it looked amazing because Warm Taupe, even though it might, I don't know, it might not like look like anything crazy in the palette, it was beautifully pigmented and worked to offset the red, so it's to still kind of tie everything together but without looking sick. So I was just beyond impressed. From what I've used so far, super happy. But like I said, I have never even swatched this myself, so why don't we go ahead and do some swatches on camera. I was thinking maybe of doing them off camera and just inserting them in here, but let's do them on camera because I only used a few shades, so I kind of want to see what everything looks like. So I'll go through and do the top row first. Okay, so here are the first 4 shades on my fingers. We have Tempera, Golden Ochre, Vermeer, and then Buon Fresco? I'm not really sure how you say that, but those are the first 4 swatches. I don't know if you'll be able to see them. I don't really have like any sort of swatch game, but here they are on my arm. Yeah, like my swatch game just is never really on point there, but those are the first 4, and that Vermeer looks absolutely stunning, the shimmer shade. Golden Ochre. So I was kind of wondering about Tempera. Like, I can't really tell because of the sunshine, but at first I thought it was just white, but I think it might have a pink tinge to it, and that's actually showing up really well on my skin also. I thought that one would kind of just like fade into nothing. And then the Buon Fresco is actually a really pretty like lilac-y lavender color. I kind of want to use that one all over the lid. That would be really pretty. Okay, so let me go ahead and do the next 4. Okay, so the next 3 from the top row, so we have Antique Bronze, and then Love Letter, and then Cypress Umber. These 3 all swatched so incredibly well. I'm like, oh, okay. What I might do is like take a picture, because see how I'm swatching like more this way, because that's like when I'm putting them on my arm, that's how I'm doing it, but they need to be like more over here. See, I'll get a swatch game sometime, but I'll try to insert the picture over here so you can see it better. Again, all of these are really pretty. Love Letter, I did use. Antique Bronze looks really gorgeous. I kind of want to pair that one and Buon Fresco together. And then Cypress Umber just looks like a really nice deeper brown, and it almost has like a hint of red in it as well. So that one is gorgeous. So that is the first line. Again, I'll have the picture over here. That is the first top row of swatches from the palette. And then let's go ahead and do the bottom row. We have Raw Sienna, and then Burnt Orange, Primavera, and Red Ochre. So Raw Sienna I used in the crease. Burnt Orange I actually own. It's the only Anastasia shadow in this palette that I own already. I have a single of it. And then Primavera, again, I used on, and Red Ochre. Ooh, that looks really pretty. And I've already lost what I said about my swatch game, so I'll just insert a picture. I'm not even going to attempt to try. But again, these all look really pretty as well. Burnt Orange is actually one of my favorite Anastasia shades, so if you don't have the single of that yet, I mean, you know that you're getting a good one from this palette. I love Burnt Orange. I use it all the time. Raw Sienna and Primavera I used, and I said it was amazing. Red Ochre looks like a really pretty, I mean, like a red-brown shade. It kind of reminds me maybe of like Bitten, but not quite as red from Makeup Geek. I don't know. It looks really pretty. I think I expected it to be like really like a deep red, but it's not, but I like it for that reason. It's not too intimidating of a color, which I thought maybe it would be. So let me go into the last 3 here. Okay, so for the last 3, we have Venetian Red, Warm Taupe, and then Realgar. So again, Venetian Red I used on the lower lash line, along with Warm Taupe. Ooh, Realgar is very pretty. So again, I'll put the photo in here so you can see the swatches on my arms. And everything is swatching really beautifully. Warm Taupe, I did kind of have to build up a little bit. That's really the only one that I had to do that with, but I used it on the lower lash line and I thought it came out really, really nice down there. I didn't have any problems with it. Red is beautiful. It has a bit of a shimmer to it, and then Real Gar, like when I swatched it on my arm, I was immediately like, whoa, that's a really pretty color. I would love to use Real Gar and Burnt Orange together. I mean, there's just a lot of different combinations I think that you can do with this palette. Again, I did something pretty simple and pretty Samantha on my eyes today, but there are tons of tutorials out there. Like I said, this is not a new palette by any means, but after I did the swatches of it, I'm just getting more and more excited. I can tell like this is going to be one where I keep reaching for this palette to keep doing different combinations. I tend to do that when I get new things. Probably a lot of us do. But like I said, I'll be over on Instagram. I do a lot of tutorials over there. I have one almost daily. So I will try to be using this more for the Instagram tutorials. So make sure you find me over there. I'm just March Beauty Word. But that's going to be it for the swatches. I hope that you guys enjoyed them and they helped you out. I'll post pictures on my Instagram as well of the swatches. But so far, my first impressions from the swatches and then doing the tutorial on my eyes is that I am super happy with this palette. Really, there's not any shades besides, like I said, Warm Taupe. I had to build up a little bit. Even like Tempura, which was a shade that I didn't think was gonna blow me away, this first one right here, I was kind of like, oh, okay, and it swatched so good. So I'm excited to use that one on the eyes as well. But other than that, there's no shades in here that I'm like, ooh, I don't think so, or that didn't swatch well. I'm excited for it. I love the palette because it's like the soft and fuzzy here. I love that it has the mirror in it, so it's very easy to use, so it'll be nice to travel with. The brush I thought was just okay. One side was definitely better than the other one, but super excited I got this. This one got so hyped up. It was sold out so often. Like I said, as of right now, it's still sold out on Ulta because everybody is just loving on this palette. I'm really glad that I was able to get my hands on it and for a 20% discount, which is awesome, so thank you, Sephora. I'm super excited that I got my hands on it though, because so far from what I can tell, it is definitely worth the hype. So if you haven't picked it up yet, if you've still been considering, I say do it. The burgundy type of looks and the burgundy palettes are really big right now. You know, Kylie's got her burgundy palette, Huda Beauty put out a burgundy palette. It's just all about the burgundy right now. So I know for sure, I don't have those other two that I mentioned, but I know for sure that this one is a good one. I cannot wait to keep using it. Thank you guys for asking for me to do this video. I really had not expected to. So when you guys said that you did want to see, you know, the swatches and maybe a tutorial with it, that's what got me excited to do it. So I hope that you enjoyed it and found it helpful. Like I said, I'll be doing more tutorials either here or on Instagram using this palette as well. If there's any specific shades that you want to see me use or a certain look, I mean, just leave that in the comments below. I read and respond to every comment. But that is going to be it for my first impressions, swatches, and tutorials using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette. This will be linked in the description box below to anywhere where I can find it available. But again, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for requesting this video. Please do give it a thumbs up if you did enjoy it. Make sure you are subscribed before you go, and I'll catch you real soon in my next one. Bye.